Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app. It's a beautiful Saturday morning. It's the weekend. It's time to talk sports here in the locker room. And sitting in the locker room with me is one Scotty McKay. What's up, Scooter?
Wonderful. I love this weather.
You love the weather?
This weather's great. I can't wait.
You got a lot to say today, don't you?
I can't wait till it gets colder.
Oh, you like the cold weather?
Oh, I love the cold weather.
Really?
I love the cold weather.
Nah, not me, man. This is my favorite time of year. September, October, November. That's it.
Well, it's getting colder.
But it's still chilly
cold,
nights and warm
I
days,
love the cold
man.
weather. I love the cold weather.
Water's warm still, and the water's warm here. The waves are big.
Yeah.
This is the best time of year. After November, forget it all.
Well, it's because all the shubes go home too in the summertime, so you don't have to.
All the shubes.
Well, they do.
He's crackling. Josh, he's cracking up a little bit. He's got his voice.
And so is yours. Yeah.
We're all crackly.
Yeah.
I don't know if that you can pick that up, but anyway, Scooter. This is, and not only that. This is a great time, man. I mean, it's what September 25th. And we've got all four sports going on.
Yeah, which is nice. Doesn't happen too often.
And what's really funny, too, is with all this stuff that's going on, Ben Simmons, his saga, what's going on with the Sixers and Ben Simmons. The Phillies. How about the Phillies last night?
I know.
I mean, it's unbelievable. How does this team win?
You know what the sad thing is this is fun right now.
That's
it's fun
sad?
to watch.
Is that sad?
Yeah, it's sad.
Why is it sad?
Because they only do it for a short period of time.
It's sad.
They tease you.
The Flyers are in training camp.
Yep.
The Sixers, the Eagles. How about this? That's not sad. I don't get you.
It's sad because it's like they don't do it. I don't want to say they don't do it often enough, but they just don't do it like on a consistent basis. It's just so inconsistent, but it makes you believe. It's like hanging a steak in front of the tiger and then throwing it into the trash.
This team the Phillies are refusing to die, right? They're refusing to die.
They are refusing to die.
And so,
which is a good thing.
I think what you're trying to say is it's not sad. It's actually exciting. You just wish they gave you a little bit more. I don't know how this team is winning, to be honest with you.
Well, listen, they're finally beating the teams that are not really good at all.
Do you realize it's so funny because you look at this Phillies team, you got a guy like Brad Miller who is averaging one home run every 13.44 at bats.
Love it.
With the Phillies.
Love him.
His career 32 home runs in 430 at bats. He's the only Phillies player with a better at-bat home run ratio in franchise history than Jim Thome.
I think he and Ronald Torreyes are two great players. They really are. Because they don't get to play every day. So they're not getting the same at-bats that other people are getting. And they perform in big places. I mean, Torreyes had a huge 3-run home run the other night.
Right.
And Miller had another home run last night. I mean, he's got, 20 now?
Yeah.
20. In 200 and... No, it's about 310 at-bats or somewhere around there.
Brad Miller has...
312, 313?
He's got 312 at-bats.
Okay,
he's got 20 home runs. Right. Well,
that's incredible.
He's averaging a home run every 13 at bats, 13.44 at bats.
It's pretty amazing. And they're not the simple home runs either.
The Phillies come in comeback fashion last night. And Gregorius hits a home run, and then about a minute later, Tatis hits one out in San Diego, and you can hear Tom McCarthy goes nuts.
Right.
The Braves the Padres just took the lead.
Did you hear what they were talking about too? What Crucky was so upset about?
What?
Tatis hit his 46th home run of the year, but they're calling it the 30th because the game was postponed from. Wow, are you kidding me?
It's kind of.
It should be like that's your home run when the game is being played, not when it was supposed to be played on the calendar.
That's baseball for you. Baseball is.
God.
Oh, this is the way we've done it for 150 years. We're not going to change the rule. It's like, stop.
It's a rule. Why is it a rule?
Right, but here's the thing: you got the Phillies hanging on, and it's so funny. I mean, they're a game and a half out on the 25th of September, and they've got a couple more with the Pirates, and then they go to Atlanta. Right?
Yeah.
And then they got Miami. Now this Philadelphia team is not a great road team, but just hang on for a few seconds.
All right,
You got the Eagles playing the Cowboys Monday night. normally would be like, well, everybody would be like, it's Cowboys week going nuts. But with the Ben Simmons saga, the Phillies hanging on to dear life, you can't put a fork in him yet, although I kind of put a fork in him 2 weeks ago, and then I had to pull it out.
Yeah.
I pulled the fork out.
And put more food in your mouth.
By the way, we'll be going to lunch in Reds jersey next today.
Really?
At 10:50, yeah.
Beautiful.
But anyway, and then you have the Ben Simmons saga, and then the Flyers training camp. The Flyers, they opened training camp. They already got 3 significant injuries.
I know. They're still – I mean, these guys are getting more hurt in practice than they are in games.
And that leads me to another issue. You know, there's so much to be said about keeping these players healthy, right? Don't let them play in the preseason. As soon as the season starts, they all get hurt. Now we got Jordan Mailata's out.
Yeah,
Brandon Brooks is out.
Wednesday. Yep. Well, he got hurt in the game, but
still,
got hurt in practice.
Maybe if you play these guys in the preseason, to get these injuries out of the way.
Well, that's a little ridiculous. I mean, come on.
Is it? Think about it. Look at all the players, the 49ers, the Cowboys. Look at all these teams that are hurt.
Football's a physical sport.
I know. Get the injuries out of the way.
But that means nobody will be ready for week 1.
That's bullcrap. You know why? Because when Dick Vermeil ran his 2-a-days and his tough practices,
that was a different world. These athletes are bigger, stronger, faster.
Is that what it is?
Collisions are harder.
And weaker. And they're made of porcelain, these guys.
That's not fair. I had this conversation with somebody earlier this week. We got to stop acting like they're all soft. Okay, they're not all soft.
Josh, think about it.
Bill, you can't do what they're doing.
The injuries are mounting up, and they're trying to save these guys for the regular season. And what ultimately happens every single year.
And this is coming from the guy who ripped up both his knees.
Right. Well,
playing football.
Our point was, if you got hurt in the 3rd preseason game or you got hurt in the first regular season game, what's the difference?
Right. But you might be able to get back by the 6th regular season game instead of the 7th or 8th. Coming back in the 12th or 15th.
I don't know. Listen, I think
but you also might not. There's no guarantee of that.
Right. There is no guarantee.
You don't want to burn a guy out in the preseason, but he should be going through the motions more than just regular practice.
So is the Cowboys week as exciting as it been in the past? I mean, think about it.
I don't feel it.
The Bounty Bowl, all the things that have happened over the years between the Eagles and the Cowboys. Is the excitement?
Frankly, I think Sirianni's more excited for Dallas week than the fans are.
I know.
Yeah. He's got Jerry Jones all upset.
He's wearing
that shirt.
Jerry's all ticked off that Sirianni's wearing the shirt.
Do these players need fodder?
I hope not.
They shouldn't. Should they, Josh?
How about Mater? Fodder and Mater.
Anyway,
hello, Fada. Hello, Mata.
Did
you eat your peanut butter?
No, but seriously though, I genuinely feel like the players and the coaching staff of the Eagles care more about this game than anybody else right now.
Well, first of all, there are your diehard Eagles fans that do, but they're not.
They're not very vocal this week.
Not vocal this week.
I don't hear
They're
it.
quiet, and I don't like that. Listen, I've had to hear about the Phillies, Ben Simmons, how the Eagles lost all week. And every time Gil and I try to turn the page the Dallas week,
it's like
the Eagle fans are like, all right.
And I've got another bone to pick with Philadelphia fans.
Uh-oh.
I went to the game. I went to the game last week.
Yes, you did.
Yep.
And I am pissed off.
You should be.
You went to the game.
I'm really pissed off. I was shocked at the number of 49ers jerseys in the stands last week, to the point where you can hear their applause when things went well for the 49ers. And usually the Eagles fans are very boisterous and overshadow all that stuff. But last week I could not believe the number of 49ers jerseys walking around in the link.
So why do you think that is?
Well, I think, first of all, it can't be, look, the 49ers, all right, they were in the Super Bowl a couple years ago, and then but the 80s 49ers, you got a lot of front runner. They got a lot of fans because they were a great team. Joe Montana, Dwight Clark,
like the Cowboy fans,
like the Cowboys. But I never, in all my years, I've been a season ticket holder since 1990. And all my years, I've never seen that many and I've been to many 49ers games. With the exception of back in the late 80s, Joe Montana, I don't remember ever seeing this many 49ers jerseys. And you see the Cowboys, yes. You see the Giants, yes, because they're in close proximity So is a lot of Pittsburgh jerseys. But to see the amount of 49ers jerseys, I couldn't believe it.
Well, it's a weird world we live in today. You know what I mean?
By the way, last week we ran a contest. We had the Eagles prize package, courtesy of Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. And last week we had a winner, Bill Seeger from Memora. Billy wins the Eagles prize package. He had the 49ers 24, the Eagles 13. So he was only off by 2 on the Eagles score, and what, 7 for the
so not too bad.
Not
really
too bad.
It's tough to pick a score. It really is.
Well, so congratulations.
Did he give his size?
Yeah, he gave me his size. I spoke to him on the phone. Congratulations, Bill. They listen while they're at work. So congratulations to Billy. But he's an Eagles fan. He just was,
Yeah, that's good.
And by the way, I think this Eagles game is going to, even though we lost Jordan Mailata, Brandon Graham, and Brandon Brooks, I still think this Eagles-Cowboy game is going to be very close.
Really?
Absolutely.
Okay, Lee Corso.
Yeah, not many.
All right. By the way, I want to welcome back a very good friend of ours and a great sponsor, Ron Conklin.
Ronnie
Conklin's back.
Wow.
Surety Title. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts to help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call our good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Now, this next company is a great concept, Scooter, because people need their houses watched while they're away.
Yes, they do.
Over the course of the winter, right? My Winter Watchdog. Have you ever heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road? Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They give that house a lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. And of course, Debbie and her team does a great job. All right, when we return, we'll get Scotty McKay's blood boiling. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app. All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay. I'm trying to get Scotty McKay's blood boiling. I don't know if we can get any reaction out of it. What do you think, Josh? We get some reaction out of him today on anything?
Well, say something stupid. I'll get a reaction out of me.
Philly's going to win the division, Scooter?
That's tough, man, because the Braves are good. I think they won't win it.
Braves lost two of their bigger players, Acuna
and they're still winning.
Ozuna, and they're still winning.
Scary.
Their pitching staff, Morton, and I mean, they don't have anybody tearing it up as far as their pitching staff goes.
No, but they're always tough this time of year.
Freddie Freeman,
remember how far
Albies
behind they were for a while there, and look where they are. They've been first for how long now? So listen, looking at the schedule, well, it's all going to come down to one series. Obviously, the Braves series.
Right.
You lose 3 of those, you're done. You win 2 of them, you got.
No, but I'm asking. I know you.
Do I?
They got to do. I'm asking. Do you think the Phillies will win?
No.
Yeah, because they only have like 17. What's that? There's a company that has the percentages. They only have like 17% chance of winning the division.
Right. Wow. At a game and a half out, I'm sure that's changed dramatically.
All right, the Phillies improved to 16-1 in their last 17 games when they score 4 or more runs.
That's always a good thing.
And last night was their 35th comeback of the season from coming from behind.
Yeah, I mean, like they've had some tremendous comebacks, which is, like I said, it's like a tease.
Phillies now have 4 players with at least 20 home runs this season. Harper, Hoskins, McCutchen, and Brad Miller. Bamboo Brad.
I like Brad Miller, man. He could be on my team anytime, along with Ronald Torreyes. And I know you guys are not super fans of him, but I like the way the guy plays.
Bryce Harper has 45 extra base hits following the All-Star break, which is tied for the most in franchise history behind Ryan Howard.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got offensive production now. Bryce Harper's, I think he's a shoo-in for the MVP. I don't know about shoo-in, but if you look at all the people that are up for MVP, I think he's got the best numbers.
He's playing great. I mean, the other day that he made a couple dumb base running mistakes, which I like his aggressiveness, but there's times where you've got to be smart about it. You got to be smarter than the game and just your passion. You've got to,
his base running mistakes
has almost cost them.
Have almost cost it. Hasn't costed it, but almost.
And the one slide into home, obviously was a great play. So you don't want to stop him from doing that. But sometimes he's got to be smarter and say, this might not be the greatest thing to do.
But he's aggressive.
He's aggressive. And you got to like that.
They like aggressive baseball, the base pass. All right. In the final 10 games, well, actually, there's 9 left. Harper, as of last night, Harper needs 5 runs scored, 1 double, 8 walks to join Babe Ruth, Ted Williams, Stan Musial, Barry Bonds, Bobby Abreu, Lance Berkman as the only outfielders with 100 runs, 40 doubles, 30 homers, and 100 walks. That's pretty good company.
Really good company.
That's great company.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no doubt he's playing. I wonder what sparked him halfway through. I mean, what do you think kicked him in? Because he wasn't playing that well in the beginning of the year.
No, well, he's turned it on.
Just turned it on.
Well, you got hot. Baseball's a game of ebb and flow. It slumps and streaks. That's how baseball is. And he's since the All-Star break, he's on fire in fuego.
In fuego? Is that your Spanish for the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Does Billy know any other Spanish except for en fuego?
No.
No hablo español.
Yeah.
How about that, Josh?
Yeah, that ain't so good.
So I mean,
that's canned.
Donde vive?
Segura's he's batting 295, 14 home runs.
So I said a while back that I thought they should trade him, and he's played tremendously great for them.
Right.
But I thought, do you trade him at the end of the season because his value is higher than it's ever been?
He only has 1 more left in his McCutchen. Everybody says McCutchen's why. I mean, he had a horrible start, but I mean, McCutchen, he's coming on too.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I asked you guys a couple weeks ago if McCutchen's back next year, and you both said no. 25
home runs, and he's hitting some big situations down the stretch.
And geez, he probably should have had another one last night. I mean,
so you don't think the Phillies have enough?
No, I don't think they're better than the Braves at the end. Now, listen, they're playing.
If they were playing these games at home, would that have a different? would you have a different mindset? Say if they played the Braves and the Miami Marlins at home as opposed to on the road, would you
that
feel
might make a
differently?
difference? Will make a difference, but the Braves being at home, I don't think they got a chance at this point. But they're making it exciting and fun to watch. Because other than that, we didn't even talk about them 2 weeks ago. We didn't mention one word because they were out of it. They were at 4.5 or whatever.
Right. They seem like they were out of it.
Yeah, but they've come back and they've made it exciting to watch.
The team refuses to die.
Yeah, which is good. You need that. Now, are we going to carry this into next year? I don't think so.
Well, who cares about it? I'm talking about the here and now.
Well, I know, but I mean, like a lot of teams will say, like, oh, look, we're setting the tone for next season. A lot of teams will say that at this point because we're playing well now. Well, you still can't beat the Marlins on a consistent basis. You can't beat the Pirates on a consistent basis.
You know what's going to happen? They're going to go down to they're going to. What do they have? 2 more against Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
2 more against Pittsburgh. They need to sweep this team, but I mean, realistically, if you had split.
You can't keep getting behind by 5-6 runs and then turn around and expect to win the game.
You gotta sweep. If they can't sweep, win at least one more against the Pirates, and you got to go down there and take 2 or 3 from Atlanta. They probably could do that, but then they got Miami, which has been a juggernaut for like the last 5 years.
You know, you'd feel pretty good
right
if they could beat the Marlins. You really would feel pretty good at this.
So
point.
I just got a funny feeling that when they leave Atlanta, they're up probably like a game or a game and a half. Only to go down to Miami and that's what's going to happen.
Right, and we're going to lose by half a game.
And lose by half a game.
Yeah, right.
Because they can't beat the Marlins, the stinking Marlins.
All right. And the Marlins will be thrilled to take that away from them. So
they get the Phillies. So the Phillies.
Do you give Joe Girardi any credit for this?
He's made a lot of blunders, but I think Joe Girardi he's a guy that he's got a resume. I mean, he's got a World Series championship under his belt. He's played in the Yankees organization where he won a World Series there as a player. You know what I mean? So I think, while he's made some moves that people have criticized, I think having Joe Girardi as a manager is a good thing.
I didn't like the change last night from the starter because of the left-handed batter. I can't think of his name, who it was at the time. But I didn't like that change at the time, and it didn't work out, obviously, so it's easier to say that
Real
now.
quick, Zach Wheeler he's thrown 3,110 pitches and he's thrown 206 1/3 innings, more than any other pitcher in baseball.
Yeah, he's a workhorse.
So, coming down to this last week, I mean, he leads the majors in strikeouts.
I mean,
and ERA.
Listen, it's not often, but you said something a while back that's actually true.
He's 5th in ERA, excuse me.
That Aaron Nola is not he wasn't really a middle of the summer pitcher at this point, and he's not a late pitcher either. Well, he gave up 6 runs the other day.
Right, and he's
luckily they came back.
But he's never pitched well in September anyway.
No, so that's what I said.
So maybe you trade Nola. You'd probably get something great in return. But he's the kind, Noel's the kind of guy that if you trade him, he'd come back. He'll be great.
He'll win the Cy Young.
Yeah, he'll win the Cy Young.
And like, who's going to give up a great pitcher to get him?
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
it's crazy, but guess what? Every night they have me watching.
You were at a bonfire. You missed half the game.
No, I got there in the 6th and 5th. That's all right. I wasn't a bonfire. So I had it taped.
You're eating marshmallows.
No, I told marshmallows. That's all right. I rushed home. That's right. I had to take my daughter to her school function, bonfire, and barbecue. I had to whip. I can't make every single game, but I still look forward to the Phillies games, and I rushed home to see it. Frankly, I caught it the right time anyway.
You got to be the irresponsible parent and put the game on your phone.
Put it on my phone.
Yeah, put it on your phone.
That's what you should have done.
Kids running around.
You were like the responsible one.
All right. The first hour of the locker was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts to help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing in the shortest center city and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. By the way, we got a great show lined up today, too. We're going to be talking to the sportsbook consigliere on the other side.
Yo, over there.
And then we got Eagles Hall of Fame wide receiver and current broadcaster for the Eagles broadcast, Mike Quick, at 11 o'clock.
You mean he's not on the golf course? What the heck?
Yeah, well, he's getting
break
packing his
once in a while?
bags. They're heading to Dallas. Hey, friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the main line, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the main line, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at Maserati, the main line, today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll hear from the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 3 of the 2021 season. This Monday night in Big D as the Eagles face the Dallas Cowboys.
We circle this date the second the schedule comes out.
There's nothing normal about playing against the Dallas Cowboys.
Pre-game coverage begins at 7. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 8. This is where the Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call again and again. Call and again and again.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
We're short a PCO today. Let's try to stay on schedule.
New customers have Emery's exterminator business buzzing. She needs new specialists to tackle a swarm of appointments.
All right, we're back here in the locker room with Billy Schweim and 97.3 ESPN, Scotty McKay in the house. And every Saturday at this time, we go to the Sportsbook Consigliere. You can follow him on Twitter at Sportsbook Consigliere on Twitter. Let's go to the Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room Dave Sharapan at Sportsbk Consig. That's how you follow him. I'm sorry, I messed that up. At SportsBK Consig. That's where you follow him on Twitter, but you can follow him here on the show every Saturday. Good morning, Dave.
Billy, Scotty, what's up? How are you guys? Good to see you. Man, this is a pleasure. We get to see each other as well as talk to each other.
See that? I like that. And I was waiting to see exactly what hat you would be sporting today. And you got the creamsicle on.
I do. Apparently nobody thinks that the Rams can beat the Buccaneers. So if you can't beat them, join them. Plus, it's a pretty sweet lid. We know where we got this lid, Billy. That's our buddy John. So we had to take care of that. Yeah.
All campus up on the boardwalk in Ocean City, New Jersey. He's got a great selection of hats up there.
He does. He really does.
We do a segment on his show that I do every Saturday night called Stump the Schweiner. And it's all actually
pretty
Josh,
easy to do that.
Yeah, Josh would love it. Josh would love this segment because he's got the most obscure colleges I've ever seen in my life in his store. He stumps me every week.
Oh, like Scott said, it's really not that hard. Come on. It's really not.
So, Dave, man, week 4 week 3 for football for pro is week 4, week 5 for college.
Yeah,
a lot of cream puffs this week. Like big time college programs playing the guys that you never even heard of.
This is usually week 1 or week 2 of the college football season, where you got a lot of big spreads, you got a lot of teams playing their tune-up games, but everything got kind of messed up, and some conferences had conference games week 1, which is unheard of, let alone they play those big matchups earlier in the season. So yeah, we got a lot of games this week that are, I don't want to call them duds, Billy, but they are not maybe as appealing spread-wise to bet. It's not fun to lay 20, and it's less fun to even take 20 in a game, but, we got a lot of those all over the board.
Now, I like to bet on games that I can watch. After we get out of the show, Scooter and I go to a place to grab some chow, and watch a game. And I like to if I'm going to watch a game, I want to put some juice on it.
Yeah.
So the first game I'm looking at is Notre Dame, Wisconsin at noon.
Yeah. Right out of the gate, right? This is I think it's a great matchup. It's a little unusual because it's in Chicago. It's at Soldier Field. It's not, so neither team has a home field advantage. The line opened up like 5 out west here in the desert, went up to 6, has inched up to 6.5 in some places. It's coming back down to 6. You're seeing a lot of action on both sides of this. I think the story of this game, Billy, is the total. It's 44 in a college football game. I mean, that is
first half.
Yeah, right. It's so low. But I think it's going to play to the under, believe it or not. I mean, once you get to this point, it's almost like you're too late to the party to bet it under. But it feels like the first team to 20 is going to win this game. A lot of running, a lot of defense being played. I still like Wisconsin, though. I think Wisconsin's running game will be the difference in this. They'll be able to control the clock. But if they turn the ball over like they did against Penn State, they're not going to win the game, let alone cover the spread.
So you got Wisconsin in the overs or the unders?
The unders.
The unders.
Under.
Okay.
Yeah.
Game 2 that I'm looking at is always an SEC battle. It's always at 3:30. Always get a good SEC tilt. Of course, you got Texas A&M and Arkansas. That'd be a fun game to watch.
Man, this one is really interesting because I think expectations for Arkansas weren't that high, yet they're 3-0 coming into this game. And you got Texas A&M, who has all the expectations in the world. And, this is the team that could actually beat Alabama in the SEC. That's what everybody's saying. They're laying this points on the road. I don't agree with the line. I think the line should be a lot lower. I think Arkansas is live in this, but it's starting to feel like a public dog. I'm not so much in love with this one as I was earlier in the week when I saw the number. I still think Arkansas plays a really good game. It's in Jerry's World, another neutral site game, but I think Arkansas's defense is going to hang with Texas A&M. I think they can win the game, so I like them plus the points.
All right. And then, of course, later on, there's another 3:30 game. The reason why I picked this one, it's Clemson, North Carolina State. It's Clemson's first road game.
Yeah.
How are they going to handle that?
Boy, Clemson's a mixed bag right now. They're 10-point favorites, Billy. Like NC State, again, another team with somewhat middling expectations. I think their season wins was like 7.5, 7 in places. So is this a game that NC State is going to win? I don't think so. Is this a game that NC State could cover? Maybe. But believe it or not, I love home dogs. And I mean, I would normally just say, yes, punch the ticket for NC State. But this might be Clemson's get-right game, right? They had that hard one against Georgia that they lost. They barely beat Georgia Tech. And now they get NC State, who's probably treating this one like the Super Bowl. I don't think NC State scores more than 10 points. I think Clemson can get 21, which would be enough to cover the spread. So not ashamed to say it. Maybe it's square, maybe it's not. Sometimes it's hip to be square, Billy. I'm laying 10. I'm laying 10 with Clemson on the road.
By the way, in that Arkansas game, just to let you know, that Arkansas is 11-3 against the spread in their last 14 games as underdogs.
Ooh, I like that.
Huh?
I like that.
All right.
That ain't bad.
Let's turn it to the pros, Scooter.
All right.
What game interests you, Scotty?
Well, Dave already kind of mentioned a little bit, but I'm looking at the Rams-Bucks game.
Oh, my goodness. This
Both
one
undefeated.
Yeah. It's going to be a monster, Scooter. It's going to be just a huge handle game. And for a 1.5-point spread, which it is right now, Tampa favored in L.A., who wants to bet against Tom Brady? I mean, there's not many people that want to do it. Do you want to do it, Scooter?
No, not me.
That's what I
never
mean.
bet against them.
Yeah.
I'm not going against them.
Well, that's the prevailing theme. And I can tell you this, the books are going to need the Rams, and they're okay with that. And the book guy in me, after having been in a book for, almost 25 years, and I can't get away from it. I think the Rams win the game. With Tampa having New England next Sunday night, Tom Brady's return back to New England, I think this is the Rams' opportunity to take them down and catch them early in the season. Rams money line, win the game.
All right, Dave, we're talking with Dave Sharapan. He's a sportsbook consigliere. You can follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig, at SportsBKConsig. You're out there on the West Coast. What did you make of that 49er-Eagles game last week from a West Coast perspective?
Man, Billy, frustrating. It's frustrating to be an Eagles fan. You were at the stadium. Did it feel like they gave away a couple opportunities to score? I felt like they were right there the whole time. And San Francisco's defense is no joke. Like that was my takeaway. They're still a really good unit. I just don't know if San Francisco's offense is dynamic enough to win a lot of these games. So my takeaway was more that San Francisco is probably, going to contend all season for the NFC West, and the Eagles are going to be okay. Like I didn't take away anything bad other than, man, we got to convert those opportunities when we get close and get points on the board and play with a lead. You saw what they did in Atlanta. Let's get a lead and get going. That's what I saw.
So with that being said, what are the 49ers? They go against the Packers in a Sunday night game, 8:20, big time spotlight for the 49ers against the Packers.
This has been one of the plays for me for forever. When a team comes off a Monday night game at home and they look, I guess, somewhat impressive in the second half like Green Bay did, then they go on the road, make a cross-country trip, and everybody's betting the Packers because they know what they saw last. And despite you being there with a full crowd at Lincoln Financial, there wasn't that many people that saw that game. So they're betting the Packers. I like the Niners. I mean, it's down to 3. So I'm good with that. Lay 3. At worst, they win by a field goal, you push. But I think San Francisco wins the game. So I like San Francisco -3.
And then, of course, our last pick, and I'm sure Scooter's interested in this one as well, the Cowboys and the Eagles Monday night. Now, the Eagles have three pretty significant injuries. Brandon Graham's out for the rest of the season. Brandon Brooks is lost for a few weeks. And, of course, now we find out yesterday that Jordan Mailata, the left tackle, is going to be out for a few weeks. So the Eagles now go into Dallas pretty banged up. But on the other end of the Cowboys lost some guys too. So are the Cowboys as good as advertised, or is this going to be a real close game? The line's 3.5.
The line's 3.5, and man, it feels like, a lot of people are just saying, yeah, it is going to be that easy for Dallas. And I don't agree. Again, I don't know if it's because I'm talking to you now a couple times a week and all these other people in Philly, but I'm seeing this thing as a close game, a field goal game. That's what we call it in the industry. When it's close like this, you put the line at 3 or 3.5, 2.5, let it bounce around, but it feels like a field goal game. So in a field goal game, I'm taking the points. I think the Eagles can win the game.
Wow.
Yeah. Why can't they go there and win this game? I mean, Dallas is not as good as advertised. I don't think. Offensively, maybe. But, I mean, they played pretty good defensively against the Chargers, but the Chargers gave them a couple turnovers. If the Eagles, again, we're going to talk about this every week. If the Eagles don't turn the ball over and can actually turn those trips into the red zone into points, I think they're headed for a more successful season than a lot of people give them credit for. This game Monday night, I think they can win. Give me the points for sure.
Well, they're the only team in the NFL that hasn't turned the ball over yet.
Right. They haven't turned the ball over yet.
But they're 1-1 still, and they
held the 49ers to 308 total yards.
Total yards. Yeah.
Total yards. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
Hey, wouldn't you think that this is basically a home advantage, those 3 points, basically?
Yeah, that's why they're getting the 3.
I mean, so they're calling them two teams equal? I don't
almost. It's almost. It's probably Dallas is power rated probably a point and a half difference. That the home field advantage isn't 3 automatically anymore like it used to be. It's just not. I mean, it's come closer just in the last couple years, especially last year with the COVID. But yeah, I think you guys being in Philly and being just the mentality of you guys is just it's so hard for you guys to say, all right, we're good. And I get it. But I think they're better than you guys think they are.
Listen, I think Dave must have parked his car out there today. Seeing you for the first time, the Boston accent, he's like a Wahlberg. It sounds like a Boston accent.
He's got
to
the
me.
Pittsburgh. He's got the IC Light and the Pamani brothers going on.
It's all mixed up. I've been out in Vegas too long. I'm picking up all these different accents of all these people that I talk to.
You grew up in Pittsburgh.
I grew up in Pittsburgh.
You're still a city guy.
Yeah, of course. That's
Pittsburgh. He's got a new show, Sharapan Burgers, soon. Wahlburgers.
All right, there he is, Dave Sharapan, the Sportsbook Consigliere. You can follow him at SportsBKConsig. As always, Dave, thanks. And maybe we'll see you tonight on the Rant Booth, powered by A2D, and on Twitch and all the other
all these other
things
that people, whatever they got going on, Billy. We'll just hopefully we'll get the chance to talk a little bit later. Absolutely.
And then we'll see you. We'll see you same time next Saturday. Thanks, Dave.
Guys.
See you, Dave.
All right, there he is, Dave Sharapan. Dave is the Sportsbook Consigliere. You can follow him on Twitter at SportsBKConsig. Want to remind people the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection, professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchase. For the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they'll have private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to Ken at jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. Of course, on Tuesday night, I went to a Jersey Man event. It was great. There were tons of people there, a lot of business people from South Jersey. They were at the Riverwinds in Deptford, so it was a great time. Want to make sure that you get hooked up with Ken Dunick. All right, when we return, we'll go to lunch with Reds Jersey Mex. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay, 97.3 ESPN.
Hi, I'm Daniel Baldwin, and I'd like you to do something for me right now. That's right, right now. I want you to go to bioblasting.com. That's BIOBLASTING.com. Right now. Just go to bioblasting.com or call them at 833-BIO-BLAST. Use promo code ESPN to get 20% off your order. Bioblasting, located in Egg Harbor Township. People, pet, and planet friendly.
Hi, this is Lou Capelli, Camden County Commissioner Director, reminding everyone to get vaccinated to help protect yourself, your family, and neighbors. The vaccine has proven to be safe, effective, and can stop the spread of COVID-19. We are providing free vaccine to all residents that want it and bringing it into the community. As things open up throughout our region, your vaccine shot, along with wearing a mask and social distancing, will get us to a post-pandemic world. For updated information on COVID-19 and vaccination efforts, visit CamdenCounty.com. We're all in this together. Let's play our part to stay safe and healthy this summer.
The hunt for October continues this weekend on ESPN Radio.
I still believe that the New York Yankees have a hot run in them.
The Yankees and Red Sox, both fighting for a spot in the American League wild card. And the two go head-to-head at Fenway Park in a critical series this weekend.
Xander Bogaerts putting together a highlight reel. Unbelievable.
The Yankees and Red Sox.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after college football action.
Get in zone.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay, Josh Henning. Hey, it's time to go to lunch at Reds Jersey Mex.
Let's go. Thought we were going.
We're going to go. We might actually go down there today. Let's go back to Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room the man himself, the owner of Reds Jersey Mex, Reds. What's up, Red Toner?
What's up, guys? Schweiner, Scooter, Josh. Beautiful day in Ocean City, huh?
Yeah, man. Hey, Reds, you're a big surfer. Did you get out there this week?
I'm not really a big surfer, but I try to surf, and I did get out there, and I'm actually looking at the surf right now, right before I go into the office. And it's real nice here in Ocean City. There's been a great run of waves the last couple of weeks here.
Yeah, man. You're part of the surf crowd in Ocean City, man.
Yeah.
That's the part of the mystique of your when you go into your establishment.
Yes, the mystique. Oh my God.
What's for lunch, Reds?
What's for lunch? So look, this time of the year we start putting out some stuff that we don't do in the summertime because we don't have time to do it. We have more time to do stuff like this. So right now we have we're doing our chili con carne. We're doing vegetarian 4-bean chili. We're doing our jalapeno cornbread that everybody really likes. And we also are doing some soups right now. We have chicken corn chowder.
Wow.
And as well as everything else on the menu. And so we're selling a lot of soup and chili right now. And of course, everybody likes the cornbread. We're selling a lot of that. And we're still doing the street corn. The corn's still coming in real nice, and we're doing that, and people are really enjoying that too.
Now, Reds, I was tipped off by someone, I'm not going to tell you who, said that you have that corn. Have I ever had the corn on the cob? What do you do special with that corn on the cob?
So we just grill it on the grill. We kind of like char it up a little bit, and
I heard it's to die for.
It's your brother had it. He loved it. Yeah. So it's got a chipotle cream sauce. It's not real crazy spicy. We sprinkle a little of our house spice on there with some queso fresco.
Wow.
And so it's people really like that. And we've been selling a lot of corn this summer. Yeah.
All right, Reds. How do people get in touch with you?
They can call us at 609-399-2272. They can visit us on the web at rojosjerseymex.com and see everything there and link up with all the pictures with all the food and everything and our staff and all that kind of good stuff.
We got to get Grime. Maybe we'll
206 11th Street in Ocean City with convenient off-street parking.
Yeah, we're gonna call Mark Grimes up. Grimesy's listening to the show. Well, maybe we'll meet Grimesy over at Red's Jersey Mex today and have some lunch.
All right, man. Sounds good, guys.
All right, there he is. Red's Jersey Mex. Get those tacos ready. There he is. Red Toner. He's out.
He's out.
All right, first hour is in the books. Hour 2 coming ahead. Hey, by the way, just got a real quick thing. Mike Quick just had an emergency. He said he's got an emergency situation, not able to join us today. I will make it good on another day. So there you go.
All right.
Things happen.
Things happen.
That means we got more time to talk about Ben Simmons because I got a whole load of things I want to talk about. We got all that and more.
Maybe he had some chili con carne.
Hey, it's the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. On the other side, Eagles, Sixers talking more. Stay with us. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons or Electrical, they're number one.
New Jersey Secretary of Agriculture Doug Fisher here. Right now, we are in the height of the Jersey Fresh growing season. That means all your favorite ripe and flavorful Jersey Fresh fruits and vegetables are available now at your favorite market. Stay loyal to local Jersey Fresh.
We're back here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay, 97.3 ESPN. Getting you ready we got the Phillies tonight. We got Eagles football, Monday Night Football against the Cowboys. Like to see a little bit more, more hype in this area concerning this big game.
I haven't seen it, man.
You don't see the cars with the flags.
Maybe because it's like they're waiting for Monday to really get
or maybe
crazy.
Tomorrow, NFL Sunday. I don't know.
Yeah.
We've got a situation developing with the Philadelphia 76ers that we need to address. And, of course, the Flyers are in training camp. Yep. So there's a lot going on. All four of our sports teams are in play here, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not too many other markets in the country that have that.
Well, you're right, because a lot of markets don't have 4 teams.
They don't have 4 teams.
Right. So I still, I'm still kind of like the Flyers, are you excited for them right now?
I don't really start paying attention to Flyers hockey or hockey in general until like Christmas time.
Really?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Football, man. Football. College and pro. See, I'm into the college. You're not.
No.
So my Saturdays are all locked up in college football up until Thanksgiving. And then after that,
And that's why, like what Dave was talking about earlier, it's one of the things I don't like about it is when a big team plays this little team that you never even heard of, and they beat them 63-3.
But I don't watch those games.
Right.
All right. We talked earlier about the number of 49ers jerseys in the stands at the link, and I reached out to one of our great sponsors. He's the man, Mark Grimes, realtor. He's my agent at the beach.
Yes, he is.
All right, so let's go to the Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room the man himself, Mark Grimes. What's up, Grimesy?
Yes, sir. What's up, gentlemen? How you doing, Scooter?
What are you doing there, Mike? Mark.
That's
Mark.
Mark.
I was looking at my thing here where it said Mike. I said you got to replace Mike Quick.
Yeah,
now.
You're replacing Mike Quick.
Yeah, I'm second fiddle today, huh?
Yeah,
I'll take it.
Hey, Grimes.
I'll be second fiddle to Mike Quick. I'll take that.
That's right. Grimesy, man, you had a busy summer, didn't you?
Oh, my goodness. That's why you guys haven't heard from me.
Yeah, that's right. You've been on every time I try to get you in the studio, you're busy.
Yes. But I'll be free here shortly. I'll get a little free time coming up. I just saw your better looking half up here Billy, on the board. I'll get a little bike right in.
That's not hard to be better.
He's listening too, by the way. He's got it on his phone. He told me so.
All right, Grimesy, we were talking about, I still can't believe the number of 49ers jerseys that invaded Lincoln Financial Field. Were you did that take you back a little bit? I was shocked.
I actually was very shocked. I mean, they had a very good showing there last week. And when you looked across the field, I was on the opposite side, so I was on the Eagle side. But when you looked across, I would say there had to be 10,000.
At least. I mean, I'm on the visitor side.
10,000 fans.
I sit in section 119, Mark. I'm on the visitor side. We're like around the 45-yard line. And I'm telling you, it was a sea of red over there.
It was unbelievable. No, it was a very good showing for San Fran. And when they scored, you heard them. That's what they were loud. They were very loud.
Do you think they were people that live in this area that are just 49ers fans?
I think
or the people that traveled?
There's no way. There's too many of them. I don't think so. I think they traveled, but I did see security. I don't know if you caught the security at the end, Bill. There must have been a major fight. There must have been 30 security guards all at the 50-yard line. Something happened, but to be expected.
Hey, Grimesy, I don't advocate violence or fighting in the stands, but I'll tell you what, man.
Nor do I.
You would never see that at the vet.
Yeah, I
you wouldn't see it.
Tickets became available. That's a question for whoever handles season tickets with the Eagles. Find out how they were able to get their hands on so many tickets, because it was a sea of red.
And usually the Philadelphia Eagles. What's that?
I said, anyhow, we got a big game on Monday.
Yeah, big game Monday night. Now, we haven't really got into our Eagles heavy conversation yet, but we'll start it now that we have you on the line. I mean, the Eagles held the 49ers at 306 total yards. I mean, defensively, I thought we played pretty well. And guess what? When you looked at the scoreboard and they put the first half statistics up, we beat him in every single category except for the scoreboard.
Yeah, no, I agree. The refs took some big time plays away from us, but we should have won that game. I mean, you had the one play where he stepped out of bounds in the corner,
right,
by the 5-yard line, and then came back in and caught it. And that was, within inches. I mean, that was a game changer right there. And then obviously on the 3-yard line, you got to take the 3 points in my view. If you're on the 1, I think you punch it in. But
all right, and that brings me, and that's a good segue. That leads me into the next thing that I want to say to you. How about Sirianni said that on Monday that he only likes to use quarterback sneaks from 18 inches or shorter. They're 36. I mean, why don't they just put Jordan Mailata in the backfield like the fridge and just run him right at the middle? Nobody's going to stop him.
Right.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
good
point.
He's
a rugby player. That's what he did. He ran with the ball.
Right.
So.
Nothing frustrates me more when a quarterback is in shotgun on the 1-yard line or the 2-yard line. What is the point? What's the point?
I mean, and these analytics get creeping into football. I mean, it's ridiculous. He's got to go with his gut.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here, I'm going to make a statement and turn it into a question. But and Sirianni was as a wide receivers coach before he became a head coach now, right? You've got a guy like Quez Watkins. First game, he gets the first 3 plays, he gets the ball in his hands, right?
Right.
And then never has a target after that in the first game. Game 2, he has 2 receptions for 117 yards and never gets a target. So he's had 5 targets, 5 catches for 140 yards. Why
so
doesn't
you're
he get
saying
the ball
they use
more?
him early and then all of a sudden
then
he's
gone. And then it's like he has to leave the game because he's got homework or something. Where's he going? That they don't keep touching. And being a wide receivers coach, what is Sirianni thinking? That's to you, Mark.
Shooter, it's a great question. I don't have the answer for you. I don't. Except they went more to the top 2 receivers. They went to instead of going for the 3rd receiver, they went for 1 and 2. So Devontae.
I mean, are you frustrated if you're Quez Watkins a little bit, even though you're basically a second year player? Are you frustrated that you've caught everything they've thrown to you, done well with it, and then he doesn't get the ball anymore?
By the way, Ertz threw 8 deep passes against the 49ers. He completed just 2 for 117 yards, including that 91-yard pass to Quez Watkins, but then he gets away from it.
Right. Well, he had 23 pass attempts in game 2.
Someone got in his ear. Someone's getting in his ear and saying, hey, you got to get it to Devontae. You got to get it to the other guy. That's the only thing I can think of.
And the 49ers, their secondary was, they lost their starting Verrett. He's their starting defensive back, cornerback. He was out there, that guy Lenoir in there. And who else they had? They had another rookie, Josh Norman. That's who they had. I'm sorry, that's right. Lenoir and Norman.
Yeah.
And
they signed Josh Norman off the street because without Verrett, he's done for the year. Mosley was also out with his injury. So you had Josh Norman off the street and Lenoir, who was a solid but not great college cornerback.
Yeah, but they didn't expose it, Grimesy. They could have exposed these guys, and they got away from it.
I tend to agree. I don't know why they did. It was bad coaching. He definitely it was bad, and he admitted it. It was bad coaching.
Yeah.
So
there's a lot of question marks
let's
after
get to the Cowgirls. I have confidence in this game.
The Cowgirls. Well, listen, man. The line's 3.5. I was really bummed out when I heard the news about Jordan Mailata because I think with him in there, I mean, you saw his he's been grading high as an offensive lineman. He's made some highlight film blocks, and I just think that like Scooter pointed out earlier, they're the only team in the NFL that hasn't turned the ball over. So they've been very protective of the ball, and that's how you capitalize when you're an underdog and you come into a game and you capitalize on the turnovers, and you're only a 3-point dog on the road, 3.5 on the road. That's like even money. I don't see why they can't win this game.
Yeah, I do not have confidence in this game for some reason. I don't know what it is, but I mean, when we lost Brandon Graham, that to me, I'm just being upfront.
Right.
When we lost Brandon Graham, that's a huge loss, and no one's going to tell me any different. That is a huge loss. And if you think Josh Sweat's going to pick up the slack, okay.
All right, Grimes, you're going to put you on a record. Give me your prediction for Monday night.
I hate to say it, guys. I hate to say it because I have a lot of friends that are Cowgirl fans. I think we lose 24-10.
24-10.
Yeah, he's got him by 2 touchdowns too.
All right, Mark, we're gonna hold you to it.
I speak my mind.
All right, there he is.
Hey,
Real
us
quick,
for lunch over at Reds.
And guess what? And I hate to say it, if we lose that, then we're staring at Mahomes. It's not looking good.
Oh, no, I
We better
know.
win.
I know.
I'm just predicting we're going to win.
Real quick, Grimesy, we're going to go to lunch at Reds, so we want to meet you over there around 12:45. But listen, real quick about the Ben Simmons thing. What's your take on Ben Simmons?
Listen, I've been banging this drum on your show for 5 years now, and you know who has been banging the drum against us in the background.
I know
that guy cannot shoot the basketball. I've been saying it for 5 years. How can you be a pro player, be paid $150 million a year, and you can't shoot the rock? Get out of here. Come on, trade the guy. And let's get some value for him.
They're not going to get value for him. That's the only thing.
Well, he's creating that right now. He's creating that problem for us right now.
Yep.
So I say let him sit, let him start losing money, hit him in the pocketbook where it hurts, and they can't have these guys they can't have the players, the inmates run the asylum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like Cleveland and Portland are the only front runners for him right now.
I gave us one trade, and that was for Chris Paul. And everyone's like, "Oh, he's too old down there. You don't want Chris Paul." Look what he did with the Suns.
Yeah,
Come on, they were one game away from winning it all. So I would have done that trade just for 2 years to have Chris Paul on our team.
All right, Grimes, you got to let you run, brother. We got you down. Cowboys 24-10. I hope you're wrong.
Guys.
All right, man.
I hope I'm wrong too.
See you at lunch, at Reds.
Thanks, guys. See you, Scooter.
See you, man.
All right, there he is, Mark Grimes with the Barb's Harley Davidson Sports Hotline. Want to remind people, the second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere at the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. My Winter Watchdog, great company. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep into your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on your house. Hours of time on the road. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Tell Debbie I sent you. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay on 97.3 ESPN.
This is the radio home for Philadelphia Eagles football. It's week 3 of the 2021 season. This Monday night in Big D as the Eagles face the Dallas Cowboys.
We circle this date the second the schedule comes out. There's nothing normal about playing against the Dallas Cowboys.
Pre-game coverage begins at 7. Merrill and Mike call all the action starting at 8. This is where the Eagles play. 97.3 ESPN, South Jersey's Eagles station.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, I'm Daniel Baldwin, and I'd like you to do something for me right now. That's right, right now. I want you to go to bioblasting.com. That's BIOBLASTING.com. Right now. Just go to bioblasting.com or call them at 833-BIO-BLAST. Use promo code ESPN to get 20% off your order. Bioblasting, located in Egg Harbor Township. People, pet, and planet friendly.
Excludes prior sales. See dealer for details. At Bennett Chevrolet, your vehicle will never be worth more than it is this month. That's a fact. Bennett will pay you top dollar on the spot and will buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one of ours. No sales pressure, just top dollar for your trade. In fact, this month only, Bennett will pay you a minimum $8,000 for your trade. Let me repeat. Bennett will pay you a minimum $8,000 towards any pre-owned vehicle on our lot. No matter the condition or miles, even if your trade's a total wreck, it's worth $8,000 this month only. Imagine how much more we'll pay for a good quality trade-in. Get to Bennett Chevy and you could drive away in a newer vehicle with the same or even lower payments than you're making on your old vehicle. Plus, at Bennett, we have non-commissioned sales folks who are paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So there's never any sales pressure and never any need to negotiate. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
Broadcasting live on Twitter and YouTube today, Josh.
Yeah.
So you can check us out there. Twitter, YouTube. Check us out there.
Yeah.
We're there. Scotty McKay's in the house. What's going on, Scooter?
Nothing. Listen, you guys never answered my question.
Nothing.
Why is Sirianni not going back to Watkins at all? Why does he eliminate him from the game?
He probably wants to spread the ball around. If you look at the people that caught the ball, the people that he had 1, 2, 3,
like 5 or 6 guys had 2 catches.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys were targeted in the game.
Okay.
All right. They only had 50? How many plays they have? 55, 60 plays or something like that?
Well, why only 23 pass attempts in the game when this has become a passing game?
He went 12 for 23.
Yeah.
Well, here's the problem, okay? I hear guys like Billy last year telling Doug Peterson he needs to run the ball. Now I'm hearing you, Scott, this year telling him he needs to pass the ball. So which is it?
No,
do you run the ball, do you pass the ball?
Well,
it's become a passing game.
No, but here's where he made his mistake. I was there, and you guys saw it on TV. He was at the 18-inch line. He couldn't take it in. Run right up the middle. Run the ball. He was in the shotgun, just like Grimes. He said that's like going backwards.
Well, first of all, the whole league runs shotgun
on the 18-inch yard line.
Most of the league does.
Ridiculous.
Okay, so that's not the issue. The issue was
he should have run the ball there, Josh.
No, so should the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
But you don't. But yes, but running the ball is not the reason why they didn't score. They didn't score because the entire game plan, I've been saying this all week, and everyone just gives me blank looks when I say this, okay?
We're going to do that too.
That's fine because everyone else does it to me too. Because I understand that I'm on a higher plateau of than everybody else is apparently on this topic. But why am I the only person who understands? You ran a different game plan in week 1 to week 2.
Right.
That was not the same team on the field. That was not the same offense. You had a scheme that worked. You ran the screen game. You hit the tight ends. You hit the running backs. You got over the middle. You worked. You matriculated your way down the field. Okay?
Matriculate the ball down
What did
the field.
Sirianni do? He tried to outsmart everybody. He tried to be the smartest guy in the room. He tried to outcoach Kyle Shanahan. And he got to the 1-yard line with a mobile quarterback, with Miles Sanders, with tight ends, and didn't use any of them. He put Greg Ward into the game. Remember that option play that they ran later in the game where Hurts ran the ball to the right and last second pitched it?
Yeah.
And he got the first down? Remember they were on the right hash mark on the 1-yard line, correct? If they would have ran that pitch play to the left, that option, 3 straight plays, I guarantee you they would have scored on one of them because the 49ers defense was expecting pass the whole time. Sirianni lost the game for the Eagles.
Look, I agree with you. Sirianni's play calling was horrible. He lost the game. But it's not at the – I don't place any of the blame on Jalen Hurts. You got – Hurts is one of just 4 quarterbacks.
I agree with you on that.
Jalen Hurts – I mean, people question, it's Jalen Hurts. I mean, he was 12-23, which they ran the ball 29 times, only threw the ball 23 times.
Right.
All right, so that's a recipe for that usually is a good outcome when you run the ball more than you throw the ball. All right, but listen, Hurts is one of 4 quarterbacks: Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, Teddy Bridgewater, to compile 500 plus yards total yards. All right, and 0 turnovers.
Hurts also has better numbers as a passer through his first 6-7 NFL games than Lamar Jackson did. And Lamar Jackson went on to win the MVP of the league.
And by the way, Jalen Hurts is on pace to rush for 1,224 yards.
Yeah, he can't be your leading rusher.
But he's getting out of bounds. He's not taking hits. As long as you get out of trouble, he's escaping the pressure. He's not. I didn't see him take any hard hits.
No, I don't think he's taking any hard hits at all.
So it's okay if he runs the ball if he's not taking any hard hits.
He shouldn't be your leading rusher.
He shouldn't be, but
Right.
in this particular case, he is.
Because that's not going to last forever. The fact that he's not taking hits, it's going to happen eventually.
I mean,
and to
he
go
had
from
10
35 pass attempts to 23, what was Sirianni thinking as a wide receiver coach? I don't get it.
Well, look, Hurts had 10 attempts, rushing attempts, 82 yards. That was scrambling out of the pocket. They weren't designed runs, so that's okay.
I think
that's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
He didn't take any hits. He got out of bounds.
Right.
He didn't try to extend the
But
play.
like I said, he still can't be your leading rusher. It's
Sanders had 13 rushes for 55 yards, Scooter. You don't like him. You don't like Miles Sanders, do you?
No, I didn't like him. I just don't like your opinion of him.
4.2 average yards. He didn't have any long breakaways like you always say.
Right.
Oh, if he runs the ball 15 times and has one 90-yard run and it makes his average go up, that's his average. That's what it is.
But it's
Just
not. It's not a detailed description of how good he is.
But he ran the ball 13 times for 55 yards. It's a 4.2 average. I like that.
All right. It's okay. It's nothing great. It's nothing great. Listen, I think that they're going to have trouble this week with Dallas. As far as I think, finally, the Cowboys have figured out that Ezekiel Elliott's not the great running back that he has been touted.
Well, he's not playing up to his capability.
But I think what they're doing is I like Pollard, their other running back, who runs north and south and does a great job. And I think they're going to mix them up a lot more. So I think that's going to be tough for the Eagles to stop.
All right, we got a phone caller.
You got to call backer. Bill, remember Trey from Wildwood's back on the phone. He wants to disagree with you, Bill.
Hey, Trey, welcome into the locker room.
Hey, how you doing, Bill?
What's going on, Trey?
No, I called because, we disagreed last week, with the game and everything. And then I just called because you have to put some of the blame on Jalen Hurts of the last game regardless. He threw for 190 yards the whole game.
Right.
90 yards on one completion and 28 yards on another completion. He threw for 70 yards.
Yeah, but Trey, he also how about the ball to Rager that he stepped out of bounds. It was right on the money. I mean, he missed a couple guys, but you can't blame it on Jalen Hurts.
I'm not saying he's the sole reason. Like, no, I'm not saying that, but he was barely 50% completion. You know,
his completion.
He threw for 70 yards, man. And like we scored a touchdown at the end of the game. The game was over. They dominated us. Well, it was a stalemate for a little while, but their lines were the difference in the game.
Trey, I don't think they dominated us. I mean, the score was 17-11, and the fact is that we had 2 touchdowns. We were on the 1 yard line, or 18-inch yard line, couldn't take it in, and then we had a touchdown called back. We had a field goal blocked, and then we went for it. I mean,
part of the game. That's it. It should have, could have, would have. The bottom line is they didn't do it.
Right.
Well, I think they beat. I don't think, but you just said the 49ers dominated us. I don't think that's fair.
The line of scrimmage, they dominated.
Well, isn't that part of the game, though?
Hurts was under pressure. Yeah, but listen, Hurts was under way more pressure than Jimmy G was.
Well,
way more.
But if you look at Garoppolo's stats, I mean, not much better, 22 of 30. I mean, his completion percentage was a lot higher, but he only threw for 189 yards. I mean, it wasn't like he set the world on fire. The Eagles should have won that game, Trey.
No, okay, but 189 yards on 22 completions with no 90-yard completions in there. He did just enough to keep the chains moving. Like, it was kind of like a defensive stalemate. You know, the game was like there wasn't really much going on in the beginning. I just think as the game went on, they wore us out. They wore us down.
See, and I look at a couple bonehead penalties that the Eagles took at the end that extended the 49ers offense. They would have had them. They would have gotten off the field if they didn't make a couple of those dumb penalties. I don't think they. Listen. I think the Eagles are a lot better than people are giving them credit for.
I think they are what Vegas said they are. They're lucky to be a 500 team, man. They got a rookie quarterback basically. You know, with an old veteran offensive line that's already getting hurt, with an old defensive line that's the strength that already lost one of the key guys. And besides that, the whole rest of the team is a bunch of question marks.
Hey, like, Trey, you are an Eagles fan, though. Trey, you are an Eagles fan, though, right?
But I'm a realistic fan.
Okay.
Be realistic. You think they're going to go into Dallas and beat them? They're not.
I'm not so sure. I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I'm not going to give you my score just as yet. I'm not saying the Cowboys. I don't think it's going to be a 2-touchdown game either. I think the game's going to be a lot closer. Vegas has it with 3.5.
Because it's a division game. Of course, the spread's going to be low. Right. You know, they don't have the offense to keep up with Dallas. You know, Dak's a way more established, a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts right now. Like, it just is what it is. You know what I mean? They're built to win right now. We're not. We're trying to get to that point. I'm not saying Dallas is some Super Bowl contending type team, but they're just a better football team than us. You could see the difference with them getting a new defensive coordinator. They look like a whole different team on that defense.
Hey, listen, you know, the Eagles' defense is ranked 3rd in the NFL, and according to Pro Football Reference, the Eagles' defense ranks 5th in scoring drive percentage, 3rd in yards per play, and 2nd in pass yards.
They play 2 games.
I'm just saying. Like, we can only go by what we have.
Falcons team,
I mean,
too.
So what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
well, hold on. The same Falcons team scored 25 against the Bucs the next week.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll bear the Falcons.
You got to understand.
Falcons are bad.
You know how bad? Because they were blowing them out, man. And then you start just playing pre-bang. You know, like that Ryan got cheap touchdown.
I think the Cowboys are overrated. I think the Eagles are underrated, and I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the effort you see on Monday night, Trey.
I know, but to be on the radio, man, you got to get like it's cool, but like you can't just let the green bleed through, man. They're not a better team than Dallas. They're gonna get smacked, man. It is what it is.
Well, I disagree.
Make the money bet on Dallas.
You got it, Trey. Thanks for the call. Listen, man. I think people are underestimating this. The Eagles team is a lot better than people give credit for. Josh just made a valid point. They hung 25 points on Tampa Bay.
And Tampa Bay scored 48. Do you think they cared half the time? I mean, they scored their points in the second half.
See, you're taking a perspective that is not full spectrum. The Cowboys scored 29 on Tampa. Then the Falcons scored 25.
I don't live by that.
So you got two examples of Tampa. Okay. One team the Eagles have faced and one team the Eagles are going to face. Tampa is the Super Bowl favorite. I think everybody agrees on that, right? I don't think anybody in their right mind doesn't think Tampa can't win the Super Bowl. But that team had the Falcons, who are supposed to be so bad, 25 on them. And then the week before, Cowboys 29 in a game that the Buccaneers had more turnovers than Dallas did. Dallas couldn't take advantage. They lost the game. Now the Eagles are going to Dallas, and that's why this line is where it is, because the odds makers understand what the analytics and the analysis people understand is that this difference between the Eagles and Dallas is not this like vast lake. This isn't Lake Superior.
I totally agree with you.
So let's talk about these great odd makers, right? Who don't have a clue. They can put all the analysts together, and they really can't. All right, what was the spread on the Eagles-Falcons game? What was the spread?
Was it 4?
4, and they won by 26.
But the odds makers.
So you're going to hold one game?
Well, no, I'm not going to hold one game. I could probably name 20 games.
But
the other thing is, just because they call it 3 points doesn't mean it's going to be a 3-point game. I don't think any way near the Eagles are within 3 points of Dallas. Dallas's offense is so much better than the Eagles. It's not even funny.
Without Gallup. Without Collins.
Without Gallup and Collins. Yes.
I totally disagree.
Their backfield's better. Their wide receivers are better. Their offensive line is as good.
Zeke Elliott hasn't been doing anything in his first 2 games.
Who?
Zeke Elliott hasn't done anything. He's not.
They're using him in a different way, and that's
Is that right? And I guess what? Pollard's pretty good. He's a surprise.
I don't know if he's a surprise.
I like
played very good.
CeeDee Lamb's got 15 catches for 185 yards and 1 TD.
Okay.
It's okay. It's good.
He moves the chains, is what he does.
He's a chain mover, yeah.
24 targets.
Yeah.
I think right now I'm falling somewhere between both of you personally. You know,
I just don't think that we can.
Going to be your buddy Rumbus. He thinks it's going to be a 3 touchdown game. You think it's going to be a 2 touchdown game?
I picked the score 35-20.
The sportsbook Consigliere, he thinks the Eagles going to win the game outright.
Okay.
So guess what? I'm somewhere between.
No, he said take the points is what he did.
I'm going to take the point. Right. I'm going to take the points. And I think.
Listen, I've been wrong both games so far.
Give you my
doesn't matter
right now, I thought
because my second week pick was more from the heart and not from the brain.
I think the Eagles lose this game 24-21.
That covers the spread.
Yeah, you're in the spread. That's good. That's a genius outlook there.
They lose.
That's brilliant.
24-21.
Wow.
But they're going to surprise you. And they listen. You Trey and you and other people think that they're a lot worse than they're not as good as people
worse.
I think they're better than you give them credit for.
They're not as good as Dallas, and you have a hard time.
And I think they are as good as Dallas.
No, they're not as good as Dallas.
Yeah, they are.
Really? They're gonna score 29 points on the Bucks. I doubt it.
The second hour of the locker was brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is award-winning private golf club where you're greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining experience, lively atmosphere in the pub. To become a member, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for us because we're going to get ready for our Billy Schweim, Pete Thompson Golf Challenge, the locker room outing at Great Bay on the 30th of October. So we'll give you more details down the road for that one. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan and the class-leading Levante, the only SUV worthy being called a Maserati. Maserati, the main line, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience is not at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the main line, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call Michael Pileggi, my good friend, at Maserati, the main line today at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schweim, Scott McKay, 97.3 ESPN.
The hunt for October continues this weekend on ESPN Radio.
I still believe that the New York Yankees have a hot run in them.
The Yankees and Red Sox, both fighting for a spot in the American League wild card. And the two go head-to-head at Fenway Park in a critical series this weekend.
Xander Bogaerts putting together a highlight reel. Unbelievable.
The Yankees and Red Sox.
Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins after college football action.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Call and again and again. Call and again and again.
Do you want to get in shape and feel great and look better on the beach? At Local Gym and Fitness, located at 908 Asbury Avenue in Ocean City, New Jersey, you can accomplish your goal. 4 local guys with a passion and experience in fitness wanted to open a gym that delivers a quality, hospitable, clean, and friendly environment. Local Gym and Fitness is well-stocked with 4 fully loaded Olympic and CrossFit platforms, Jacob's ladders, Stairmasters, bikes, and ergs. Local Gym and Fitness provides quality trainers to lend their expertise with all your training needs. They're open 7 days a week. Memberships are affordable. So be a local at Local Gym and Fitness. Call them today at 609-545-8732 or go online at localgymandfitness.com. I'll see you there.
Excludes buyers sales. See dealer for details. At Bennett Chevrolet, your vehicle will never be worth more than it is this month. That's a fact. Bennett will pay you top dollar on the spot and will buy your vehicle even if you don't buy one of ours. No sales pressure, just top dollar for your trade. In fact, this month only, Bennett will pay you a minimum $8,000 for your trade. Let me repeat. Bennett will pay you a minimum $8,000 towards any pre-owned vehicle on our lot. No matter the condition or miles, even if your trade's a total wreck, it's worth $8,000 this month only. Imagine how much more we'll pay for a good quality trade-in. Get to Bennett Chevy and you could drive away in a newer vehicle with the same or even lower payments than you're making on your old vehicle. Plus at Bennett, we have non-commissioned sales folks who are paid on your satisfaction, not how much you spend. So there's never any sales pressure and never any need to negotiate. Find new roads at Bennett Chevy, Egg Harbor Township, and BennettChevy.com.
This is Renee.
Happy to be here.
She's not some influencer. She's more of a groundbreaker, turning her 4-acre lot into a little slice of heaven.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay. Scooter, another thing we were just talking about during the break, which is true, too. The Eagles have shot themselves in the foot with their penalties. I mean, 22 penalties for over 146 yards, and they're beating themselves.
Well, their inability to score on great opportunities because of untimely, penalties is of great concern.
So if they put that together, they can straighten that out. They lost Mailata, and that's a big concern for me. Because I thought he's been doing a great job on that left side, the left tackle. But, I mean, Jalen Hurts, he hasn't turned the ball over. The Eagles one of the only teams that haven't done that, and that's a great sign.
It's a great sign that he hasn't turned the ball over so far. And that's, it's one thing that they could say that they've done well. And I haven't said they played bad. I'm just saying I just think they're outmatched this week, and I know that hurts you.
Outmatched,
no doubt.
They're going to stay right with them.
Oh,
they're going to stay right with them, Scooter.
Good luck.
My favorite part of what you said that hurts you.
Right. I just think they've had a couple good interception opportunities that they haven't picked up.
They haven't turned the ball over, but they haven't capitalized on one fumble recovery, I think, or 2 fumble recoveries. They haven't had any interceptions.
Yeah. And they've had opportunities for them and just missed out on them. I mean, I just think, listen, I want the Eagles to beat Dallas so bad. I want them to beat them 50-0, to tell you the truth. But if I'm going to sit here and make a comment about it, I just think Dallas' offense is better. And now with Brandon Graham out, that's going to be I've got concerns with that. I hope you do too. Because Josh Sweat, though I like the way he plays, I don't think he's going to fill in for Brandon, perfectly. I think they're going to be challenged this week.
Well, I think Anthony Harris and Avonte Maddox have been playing well in their roles. The defensive secondary, the defensive lineup, like you just said, Brandon Graham's hurt, and that's gonna hurt them. But guess what? I think with the addition, Josh Sweat, they just signed him to a big contract. Now it's time for him to shine, and he's a younger guy.
Let's hope he does.
Remember, Brandon Graham's 32, 33 years old.
32 years old. Yeah.
All right, and Brandon Brooks is 32.
Yeah, they're getting up there. I mean, it's an older offensive and defensive line, to tell you the truth. But they're gonna get dinged up, and there's gonna be issues.
Josh,
you want to hear from the listeners?
Yeah,
sure.
Text board 609-403-0973. Dan from EHT says, "Don't worry, fellas. Cowboys are going to be spitting teeth out and breathing snot bubbles. Go
attaboy, Dan.
There you go, Dan. You're in Billy's corner."
Mike from Millville chimes in, says, "Here's the problem. Regardless of what the fans say, you need to ignore them. Running your offense more efficiently will shut them up."
Yeah, I think the Cowboys are. I think the Eagles are going to pleasantly surprise a lot of people.
So how many points? You said they're going to score 21.
I said the Eagles lose 24-21.
Right. So you think they're going to score?
Josh, got more?
No, go ahead. What was your question, real quick?
Well, my point was that I think they're going to score.
I
think they're going to score 20 points against Dallas. I agree, but I don't think they're going to be able to hold Dallas to.
You think Dallas is going to score what? 35. 35.
Yep.
You're going to hang 35 on our defense.
Yep.
Just because Brandon Graham's out. Because with Brandon Graham, they got one of the best defenses. They got one of the best. We even talked about this a couple weeks back.
Don't look at the stats.
They have one of the best defensive lines in all of professional football.
In 2 games against a lousy Falcons team, we've talked about it. And the point was, and we've discussed off the air, that the Falcons put up 25 points against the Tampa Bay Bucks, who were probably favored to win the Super Bowl this year. But if you look at the game, they dominated the game, but still lost by more than 3 touchdowns.
See, I don't look at that the way, like if one team plays a team a certain way and another team plays a team a certain way, you can't compare that.
But if you're going to look at stats, you have to compare those things.
Well, yeah, it's a catch-22. It's the idea of, why are the Falcons bad? Because they're 0-2. Well, that's a stat, right? You know what I mean? Why are the Falcons bad? Because they scored a total of 31 points in 2 games. That's a stat, right? They've been outscored by multiple touchdowns in multiple games. That's a stat. Technically, you can find a stat for anything.
Sure.
You just got to pick and choose what stat matches the eye test.
So the Cowboys have scored 49 points, and they've given up 48.
Really?
The Cowboys have scored 49 points and have given up 48.
I didn't see that at all.
Of course you didn't. You didn't take that in consideration, did you? The Eagles have scored 43 and have only given up 23. So their defense, they got some
problems. And the Cowboys have played 2 better teams than both the Eagles, right?
No, they have. I don't think so.
Oh, the Bucs aren't better than the Falcons.
Yeah, the Bucs are.
Or the 49ers, right? How about the Chargers?
49ers are a good team.
How about the Chargers?
Remember, they're 3 years removed from a Super Bowl.
How about the Chargers? They're no better?
Chargers are, they're
1-1. I have to agree with Scott. The 2 opponents that the Cowboys have played are better quality of competition than the Eagles' total competition.
Yeah, but if you look at the Cowboys,
you just can't let your heart
the Cowboys
overrun
have given
your brain.
up 48 points.
Right.
What makes you think they're going to stop Jalen Hurts?
To Tom Brady and Justin Herbert.
Yeah, 2 pretty darn good quarterbacks.
All right. So the Chargers are 1-1.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So are the Cowboys.
Right.
No,
but
so are the Eagles.
So the Eagles have only given up 23 points in the division, the least amount of points in the division. Matter of fact, let's look up and down the thing. in the NFC, there's only one team that has given up. Guess what? They've given up the least amount of points in the NFC. Carolina's given up 30. Arizona's given
Carolina's
up 46.
played 3 games.
They've played one more game though. You got to take that out. You can't factor that in.
Well, that's because they played Thursday night.
Right.
But still.
But yes.
All right. So Carolina.
Statistically, the Eagles have a very good because they're a bend but not break defense. It's like what you saw for years with the Jim Johnson defense is they would give up chunks of yards, but they wouldn't give up a ton of points.
Right.
But the problem isn't, to me, the Eagles defense. The problem is the Eagles offense.
Correct.
At the end of the day, Sirianni has got to. This is Sirianni's game as to put up or shut up to me.
Right, but see, you like you said, you just made it clear that Sirianni play calling was specifically the reason why we lost. And I think it's not because I thought they executed. They made a couple penalties that cost them. But I think athletically, the ability, they got a good offensive line. They got great skill players. And Jalen Hurts is playing pretty well at quarterback.
Well,
Trey doesn't think so.
No, because he's got his opinion. That's fine.
That's fine. He's entitled to his opinion.
Absolutely.
By the way, one more opinion before we hit the break because
Yeah,
we're
why
running on real estate here. Nick from Brigantine, who's Billy's best friend, chimes in and says, I'm going to take a page out of Scooter's book. I'm predicting Eagles 27, Dallas 27. There's Scooter's tie.
Hey, atta boy. I like it.
Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be great.
Listen,
remember, the Falcons have given up 80 points in 2 games. They're not a good football team.
I don't think you can judge
80.
But you can't tell me, well, because this team played this team tough and this team. No, every game's individual.
Every game's different.
And
There's no
they're
doubt
not-
about it.
The Cowboys aren't much better than us. And that's why Vegas has them in a 3.5, just because it's a home game. I think it's going to be a lot closer than you think.
Okay, well, that's good.
And actually,
we'll
you know
see
what?
after Monday night.
Actually, after hearing, I was at my prediction of 24-21.
You got the Eagles losing.
Was what I was thinking. But then when we had Dave Sharapan on, the sportsbook consigliere, he almost made me go the other way.
Did he?
Yeah.
Almost
Because
doesn't
he's
count.
smart. He knows what he's talking about.
Almost doesn't count.
But I'm only giving it to Dallas because they're playing at home. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Eagles beat the Cowboys on Monday night. It would not shock. It would shock you. It wouldn't shock me.
No, it wouldn't shock me because
Yeah,
anybody
they're
can beat
gonna have, like,
anybody
2
on any given day.
touchdowns.
The Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Did that not shock you?
No.
Yes, it did.
No, it didn't.
You would have bet they would have scored 41 points against the Patriots. Yeah, you're out of
That's
your
only
mind.
because we had a
I was actually stunned when the game was over. I was actually stunned because I thought there's no way they could possibly.
I thought with all the injuries, I mean, let's face it, that team they were underdogs in each game. Both home playoff games, they were underdogs.
The Eagles are always underdogs.
Remember, they were in a dog mask.
They won 4 games last year.
Don't
They
be
should
surprised if the
underdogs.
Eagles beat the Cowboys.
I hope they beat the Cowboys.
Well, you hope, but don't be. You're coming out here and saying they're going to lose by 2 touchdowns.
Because I'm trying to make an educated thing.
You're
where
not educated.
You don't
You're a
educate
dum-dum.
yourself. You read the Daily News.
You're a
What's
dum-dum.
the Daily News say they're going to win by or lose by? What's the Daily News say?
I didn't go. Well,
You didn't look at
I
that?
won't get that till tomorrow or Monday morning. I don't know. I
They got to have an
I
opinion
don't
at
read
this
their
point.
opinions. I just read stats and I read I read facts.
You and your stats. You got to get your heart stat. Go to break.
Second
will ya?
hour of the locker is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is a award-winning private golf club where you're greeted by name. It's over the 3-hour and 58-minute round. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. Just about everybody out here has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. Like I said, I went to a Legacy Club event on Tuesday night at the Riverwinds. It was great. There was tons of business people there, and it's a great way to network your business. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim, Scotty McKay, 97.3 ESPN.
Listen this Saturday to Notre Dame football on 97.3 ESPN.
Hi, Notre Dame fans. This is Ryan Harris. Join me, Paul Burmeister, and Tony Simeone this Saturday in the Windy City of Chicago as the Irish battle the Wisconsin Badgers in the Shamrock Series at Soldier Field. And you can tune in right here on your home for Notre Dame football.
Listen every Saturday as the Fighting Irish take on the nation's best football programs. It's Notre Dame football on 97.3 ESPN. Coverage begins at noon.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is Jonathan Young, Camden County Commissioner, reminding everyone to get your COVID-19 vaccine shot to protect yourself and your neighbors. I got my shot to protect myself and those around me because the fight against COVID-19 is about protecting your entire community. For updated information on COVID-19's vaccination efforts, visit CamdenCounty.com. We're all in this together. Let's play our part to stay safe and healthy this summer.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
I'd also want to congratulate Bill Seeger, who won the Eagles prize package, courtesy of Pro Image Sports and Fan Treasures. Should be receiving that in the mail. Also, the Locker Room Blitz's Market want to discount your Eagles game day meal during the Eagles season game day. Get an Italian hoagie for just $5 when you mention the Locker Room. Get down to Blitz's all season long at 21st at Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Blitz's now is online ordering at blitzesmarkets.com or call them at 609-399-9983. Blitz's is home at a dill pickle hoagie. It's really a big dill. Yeah. So Scooter, what do you got about a minute? What do you want to talk about?
Let's see.
How stupid you are with the tie?
No, listen, there's going to be a tie. Don't worry.
I'll tell you what. If they tie, I'll tell you what. If they tie the Cowboys,
you're buying dinner.
I'll buy you a dinner.
Really?
Yep.
Not at Ponderosa.
Ponderosa?
Yeah.
They still exist?
I don't know. You'd find one if they did.
I'll take you to the Golden Corral.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's where I'll
take
your
favorite haunt. I don't know. What about Ben Simmons?
Well, I say let him sit. I say let the guy sit. You're not going to get value for him. Let him sit all year long.
You're going to get value for him.
And let him lose
Cleveland
money.
sounds like
I think the only way to hurt him is take it out of his pocketbook.
Well, I agree.
They
cannot punish him for not coming to the camp.
Right.
But they can punish him once the game starts. But they can suspend him. But then he would lose game money if he didn't play in the game.
Let him sit.
Yeah, let him sit. If he had a half a brain, he would say, "I'm going to do what's right, so I can get out of here."
I'm going to go get myself a person that can help me with my shot. I'm going to improve. I'm going to prove everybody wrong.
You know what I would do if I'm the Sixers? I'd send him to the worst place in the world. That's where I'd send him.
Siberia. All right, I want to thank Dave Sharapan, the Sportsbook Consigliere. Also, thanks Scooter. As always, Saturday, Josh Henning. I'll be back here tomorrow, same time. Pete Thompson in the studio. We got the fantasy football guru and Scott Grayson, a whole lot more. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday. There's nothing to be fired from this.